Another early morning start for me. I did set the alarm this morning though. Normally I let my body do the waking on a natural basis, but today 4:30 I've arrived, put some brown crumb mixed maggots out. What I do with this is it's fairly soft, but I hold it, well, mould it there just very slightly so it's a ball, but it's still soft enough that as soon as it hits the water it breaks. The last thing you want is just for a solid ball to fall to the bottom and remain there and just eventually break down. On the other hand, you don't want it, and I've got a bite on there. Yep. Oh, a hook pull, even on a size 12, if you saw my video yesterday. And you don't want the stuff just naturally falling through the water either, because the bait will be intercepted by the small roach before it hits the bed of the canal. Right, cast out again. Put another ball of bait out because that's encouraging. Always remember, test the fish activity first before you put your bait out, because once it's out there you can't get it back. If you put just a small amount in the water, the fish are feeding well, you can increase it, you can trickle more in on a regular basis, but if you arrive and just put all your bait out in one go, you'll kill the swim before you even cast out. That's encouraging anyway. That dip on the float there felt like something decent as well. So let's make my first cup of tea of the day, drink it, and I'll be back with, and I'm going to predict bream on this occasion. I didn't get the species right, but at least I'm back with a fish. My favourite as well. The next one in the net though is a bream. Great, aren't they? It's another bream. Not as big as the first one, but nevertheless, as I've been saying so many times recently from the venue, in this particular case the Staffordshire Worcestershire Canal, quite a decent one. If you were a matchman, you're catching those one after the other, you'd be certainly happy with that, wouldn't you? The float dips, it bobs, it disappears, and I'm into another fish. Another bream as well. Shoal creatures, where there's one, the others won't be too far behind. Another nice one. You can see it there in the water, can't you? It's in the net. I'll get the hook out and I'll be back in a moment or two. I do show the tackle that I'm fishing with on a regular basis, although it might be the same type of session one after the other. Nevertheless, in the future especially, someone might be watching this video and not be familiar with the others because we've moved on in time. So I like to go through everything for that reason. It's a small reel, it's a Shimano 3500, it's spooled with 4-pound Maxima Chameleon. I've got a Grace Prodigy, it's a 12 feet float rod. I do have a number of rods, but I don't have one for every single occasion, like a rod for canal bream, a rod for canal perch, canal roach, etc. You get the picture, don't you? You tend to use the one rod for a variety of situations. A small waggler, don't need to cast out very far. In fact, I'm just flicking the float into the boat channel in front of me. Shot either side, and I've got another one that's about a foot away from that. Nothing at all then until about 4 inches from the hook itself. I've got the anchor shot. That's important because there's invariably a flow of some description on the canal. Then I've got a size 12 on this occasion. I did say 14 almost, because I've been fishing with that a lot, but nevertheless bigger fish that I'm catching. So I've switched to a size 12 and 3 white maggots on there. Always make sure, of course, as I'm doing now, that the hook point is showing. That's important, because especially 3 on a 12, you can get away with it, it's fine, no problem, but just be careful that the maggot doesn't mask the hook. I thought that felt like a perch. Nice enough one, and as always I'll be showing you that in a moment or two. I've just had a very quiet spell, and I did have my suspicions, which were confirmed when I had a fish on, and within 2 or 3 seconds suddenly I knew that a pike was on the end by the weight. Obviously had changed significantly, and I saw it. It was a small jack. It let go in the end. I don't know whether it's got the fish, because the fish itself came off, but that was why he was very quiet. Let's hope that that's maybe put the pike off and it's moved on, or sulking somewhere as they do, and the fish come in, and I've got probably another 20 minutes or so, just a couple of hours this morning to catch some fish, which I have done, so I'm happy with what I've got so far. Anything else would be a nice bonus to round off the outing with. The fish haven't come back on the feed. Having said that, there are still pike out there. Whether it's that same one, I don't know, or a different fish, but you can see the smaller ones, the roach, scattering the surface, and of course that affects the bigger fish that I'm after as well. But I've had a good couple of hours. It's been a beautiful start to the day. The dawn chorus was exceptional this morning when I loaded the car on the drive at home. I'm going back now, and with my wife we'll be checking our premium bonds results for the month, because the draw was made at midnight that's just gone, and I'll share that in the blog post, along with a few thoughts on the importance of quality of life. I hope you've enjoyed the short video there. It's part of a blog post on my website. You can also post a comment there as well beneath each blog entry, so why not check it out?